what in the world happened? And can you sum up quite literally, like, it's been 2+ years, man. So go back to the injury before 19 and how we got to this point.
All right. So 2018, Bowling Green, I broke my fibula and I tore my deltoid ligament. Basically went through all offseason to rehab that, and I felt good until I'd say right about fall camp again. I started having like a little bit of discomfort in my ankle, and I was like, what's going on? Like, this doesn't really seem normal. Then it was like a hardware malfunction, and we had to basically take what was in there out and put more stuff in. And then let's fast forward a whole nother year. Felt good again. I get to, let's say, kind of like summer conditioning, summer, training and everything, and I start feeling this discomfort in my ankle again. I'm like, what's kind of going on? Like, this is the second one. Like, I thought it should be good by now. And after like that was when I started to try to warm up through like those first couple games of, what did that be, 2019, the Rose Bowl year. And basically another hardware malfunction that was from the last surgery that they just put in. So they had to take that one out and then put something else in. So then now we're into the COVID year, and kind of the same thing. I got through spring ball, but then spring ball got shut down. I was feeling good. Got to summer conditioning, and what they had put in basically had, like, they put 2 screws in my medial malleolus, and those 2 screws, when they put them in, were like impinging on my posterior tib tendon, and basically caused me to rupture my tendon. And so they had to, thankful for the trainers and Coach Cristobal, they got me set up with a guy in Green Bay called Bob Anderson. And he was able to I basically had like full ankle reconstructive surgery. And, thankful for those guys, but now I'm here. It was, I guess, that last injury in COVID year was another hardware malfunction. It's basically with the posterior tib tendon. So it's been a long 3 years. But
when was the reconstruction? Just timeline. Do you remember that?
It was December 23rd.
So when you're talking about hardware malfunctions, was this tightrope procedure?
No.
For high ankle sprain?
It was, so the first 2018 I had the fibula, the plate screws, tightrope. 2019 I had a suture that was holding my deltoid ligament to my medial malleolus, and that basically caused me to have a stress fracture in my medial malleolus. So they had to take the suture out, put 2 screws in, and then from there those 2 screws they put in were the ones that were impinging on my posterior tib tendon to cause it to rupture. So when I went to Bob Anderson in Green Bay, he basically took the 2 screws out. I had to do I had to repair my posterior tib tendon, total repair. I had to fix a pronation, so they had to cut my heel bone in half and move it over. So it was a big total surgery. I thought I was going to be out for a whole nother year, and at that point I was like, dang, like, do I even want to continue to play football? Like, I don't know. I was trying to think of, like, can I put my body through this anymore? Like, I just don't know if I can do this for any longer. So yeah, now I'm here. I feel good to go. It's the best I've felt in a really long time. Thanks to Coach Cristobal, the training staff. I can't thank them enough. The medical staff, they've done so much for me. They've got me to be able to be back out here 3 years later. So, and they've kept with me, which is the biggest thing.
You seem like you could have a medical degree now.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I learned a lot about the ankle in the past 3 years.
What kept you going when medical retirement? There's a lot of guys who would have called this a day by now.
Just the want to play football. I don't think I've accomplished what I want to accomplish here yet, and I'm not going to give up on my dream of playing football. I know that I'm getting my master's degree right now in advertising and brand responsibility. So shout out to the USJ school. I think getting my master's was a big thing, and then obviously I'm not ready to be done. Like, I have things I got to accomplish on the field for myself to feel good. So until I do that, I'm gonna stick around.
How far away do you feel from being able to play?
I'm really close. I feel really close.
Will you scrimmage tomorrow?
I don't know. We'll see.
But when you're out even like today, like when you're running 11
Yeah.
on 11 stuff on Fast Friday,
Yeah.
how often has that happened in the last 3 years?
It hasn't. This is like the first time I've kind of been back out there in, like you said, 3 years. Like I've obviously been out there in spring ball a little bit, but COVID year we kind of had to shut that down because of COVID. Years before I was in spring ball, but fall camp, I'm just excited to be out here for fall camp. I haven't been out in fall camp in a really long time, running around in Autzen, everything. So it's a different energy.
You're in the stadium, you're on the field with 10 other teammates.
Yeah. Oh, it's nice. It's definitely nice. I enjoy it a lot. That's surreal. Surreal being back out there.
Obviously, injuries take a toll mentally, physically. What helped you kind of stay positive throughout all those injuries that you had to go through?
My teammates. I leaned on a lot of my teammates during that time. The medical staff, for sure. Family. It's tough mentally. There were a lot of times where I thought that I can't do this anymore. And that was the hardest thing. I was just trying to get around guys. I mean, it's been 3 years, so obviously those first couple years, Jawan Johnson's helped me a lot. My roommates, Dallas Warmack, Drew Mathis, and I I'm not part of the team. I'm part of the team, but you're separated from the team as they're traveling and everything. So you're with the rehab guys. So it's there's new guys coming in. It's kind of a new little family. You know what I mean? New little team that you can push each other because you guys are all each at different steps. So it's I think after this the most recent surgery, Trey Benson, I've definitely been helping him. He's been helping me a lot. Just push each other. So just guys around me is one of the main things.
Is there a turning point at all that kind of helped you stay positive, or something that you remember that was I can still do this, I want to continue my strength?
Not a turning point. I think it was more so just my will to want to do it. I'm not ready to give up football. I know that I haven't came anywhere close to what my potential can be. After playing that one season in 2017, I was trying to really show out in 2018, and I was cut short of an injury. So I wouldn't say there was really a turning point. Just the will that I want to play football. I'm not ready to give it up.
Obviously, the goal is to get back on the field, and then once you're there, stay there. But in terms of because of your eligibility clock, which quite honestly I can't keep track, I think
I got this year and 2 more years.
I say 2 more, so you could be the 9th year senior.
Yeah.
Is this really about not just getting back him, but if you can get through a season, is this, even with the additional eligibility, because of all you've gone through, get to the league if you can do it, if you can show it, if you can be productive and healthy, get out? Because who wants to keep going through this?
If I can show out and I feel healthy and I feel I'm at a point where it's not gonna I feel confident in leaving at that point. Well, yeah, that's obviously an opportunity and an option for me. But I enjoy the guys. I enjoy Eugene. So it's just really about if my degree's finished, and how my ankle feels is really the key decision for me.
You're 23.
I'm 23. Yeah.
Mobility is such a strength. Can you get back to being a guy who can really move like that? Have you had to redefine kind of what kind of player you can be when you get back?
Maybe a little bit. Just a lot of ankle surgeries. It can change a lot, but I think over time, over camp, it's just getting more comfortable with being back out there and doing those movements. I think that's the biggest thing. Obviously, we're working. I'm not trying to go out there and do everything I can. I'm trying to ease my way, and I'm not trying to have any repeats. I see a little bit of PTSD sometimes. I'm oh no, I don't want to do that again. So it's just over time,
Bobby said that too. That it's really day by day process.
It's day by day. It's just a slow process, and I feel since 2018, it's been a slow process through all the different surgeries and everything. It's just a slow process, and I look at it day by day. What will I be able to do this day? That's great, and good. Whereas in the past, with how I felt, it was every day was I would constantly feel the pain. It wasn't ever going away. Whereas now it's very it gets sore, but it goes away. So the next day I go out there to practice, I feel good, but then it gets sore and then then it goes away. So it's now it's more so what can I do to recover, and what can I do to really take care of my body? I feel taking care of your body is the biggest thing now.
When was the last time you got tackled to the ground? Was it the 19th? Was it the 19th spring game?
Yeah. Yeah, it was actually. No. It was. It was COVID spring ball.
In shells?
We were in
shells? Because you only had 4 days.
Oh, we didn't get to, okay, then it was 19 spring ball. 19 spring game, yeah.
It's a methodical approach to recovery.
Yeah.
Is that something you had to learn the hard way at all? I mean, did you ever feel like you tried to rush it back at any point, or has it really been a slow process?
No, I think it's just been a slow process. I think that the medical staff and Coach Cristobal very open to hearing each other out, and even like my voice, like if I feel like it's just not as sore today, or this might not be feeling the way I want it to, they're definitely working with each other and working with me to just maximize my what I can do out on the field.
Sorry about kind of big picture goals. It sounds like you really just want to enjoy being a college football player.
I want to enjoy being a college football player, and I want to show everybody like what I can still do. I know it's been a while since I've been out there, but don't doubt me. Like I still got it. So.
Sorry if you asked this before, but getting out, you mentioned PTSD.
Yeah.
How do you get over that mental block?
You just got to push past it. I think it's one of those things that like it's gonna be there no matter what. It's just a matter of like I got to go out there and play. I'm not gonna think about it in like when I'm out there. Like when the whistle or when the ball snapped, I just got to go. So there's no thinking about what could happen and whatnot. Like whatever happens, and I'm gonna attack it with whatever it is.
Spencer said earlier that when you do finally get out there, he said he might shed a tear or run on the field and get a flag.
I might shed a tear myself.
Have you allowed yourself to really think about what that's
Nah.
going to feel like, or you're just head down right
No,
now?
I'm just head down. I'm just focused on getting, being back at 100%, doing what I can do. I think I might shed a tear myself, not going to lie, when I get out there, catch my first pass or something. So it'll be a surreal moment just being back out there. It's been a really long time.
I apologize if you've already been asked this, but what kept you motivated? Why did you keep grinding through all these surgeries and kind of stick to this?
The will to want to play still. I still have a lot I feel like I want to accomplish out here. Like I haven't gotten what I wanted to get out of Oregon and playing football. So that my mom was definitely in my pocket. I was talking to her a lot about it, but there were times that it was tough and I was ready to be done. I was like thinking like, well, I think over the course of these past 3 years that I've really learned that like football does end at some point. So having making the most of all the opportunities that I can like outside of football, like internships, stuff like that, what I think are really big, just to learn, like get out in the work world and just kind of experience everything. So I think that's a big thing too, is realizing that football comes to an end at some point, but not yet for me.
What were those internships?
I had done one with Eugene PD over this past summer, which was really fun. And then, I guess a long time ago, a couple years ago, I did one with Fidelity Investments. So.
You mentioned football's not forever. Do you have a newfound appreciation for the game?
Yeah, of course. It feels like it's back to being brand new with me. It's just good to be back out here. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You said you were studying in the SOJC.
Yeah.
What specifically? Because there's, journalism, PR, marketing.
I was in advertising. Yeah. And now I'm in advertising and brand responsibility. So I'm really enjoying it. It's good. I'm almost done with it, so.